You unlock your phone to check one small thing. 40 minutes later, your thumb is still moving, and you cannot name a single thing you saw. You try to read a page of a book, and your eyes slide off the third sentence. A video has to change every few seconds, or your attention just gets up and leaves. By evening, your head feels full and strangely empty at the same time. Nothing is exactly wrong with you, but something about your attention feels different. And lately, almost everyone seems to be describing the very same foggy feeling. So a question is worth asking honestly. Is your brain actually getting worse, or does it just feel that way? There's now a name for that feeling. It went mainstream astonishingly fast. In 2024, that name was chosen as Oxford's Word of the Year. It won a public vote of more than 37,000 people. Its use had jumped 230% in a single year. Oxford defined it carefully as the supposed decline of your mind from too much trivial online content. Notice that word, supposed. Even the dictionary itself is hedging its bet, because a catchy word is not the same thing as a proven fact. And here's the part most people miss. The phrase is not new at all. Back in 1854, Henry David Thoreau complained about brain rot in his book Walden. He was grumbling that people preferred easy ideas to hard ones, more than 170 years before TikTok existed. So the feeling is real and the word is old. The real question is whether the science backs it up. Recently, a handful of studies in 2026 have actually tried to measure it. In one, over 150 students watched either long videos or rapid short-form clips, while a scanner quietly watched their brains try to form memories. The short-form viewers remembered less and forgot faster, even when they were trying hard to remember. Their brains showed weaker teamwork between the regions that hold attention and memory. Another study ran people through a memory task while measuring the blood flow in the front of their brains. The people who exercised regularly did better, whatever their scrolling habits were. But the researchers said something refreshingly honest out loud. This is only correlation, they warned, not proof that scrolling rots your memory or that a jog repairs it. A larger review then pooled 42 studies of nearly 50,000 young people. Heavy, aimless scrolling, 4 hours a day or more, lined up with weaker attention and memory. Yet the same authors called their own cause and effect arrows black boxes, not settled science. In other words, the link keeps showing up, but no one has proven which way it actually runs. Maybe scrolling scatters us, or maybe already scattered people simply scroll more. So try something right now, before this video even ends. Put your phone face down, and without looking, name the last 3 things you scrolled past today. Most people go completely blank, and that blank is the real finding. Not that anything was actually damaged, but that your brain fed 100 quick things, quietly decided almost none of them were worth keeping. Now for the part the scary headlines almost always skip. Ask an actual brain scientist whether scrolling is rotting your brain, and most of them say, slow down. One at Weill Cornell put it flatly. There is no evidence screen time is changing the brain structure. Another noted the brain changes some studies found also appear during meditation, which is good for you. And digital dementia, the scariest phrase of all, comes from a single 2012 book, not any medical manual. Your brain does not literally rot. As one researcher dryly noted, that only happens after you die. Because here's what the panic always forgets. We have done this many times before. In the 1800s, doctors warned that reading too many novels caused something they called reading fever. In the 1950s, comic books were blamed for ruining children, and 13 states passed laws against them. Radio, jazz, television, and video games were each, in turn, accused of rotting young minds. In 2008, a famous essay even asked whether Google was making us stupid. And somehow, our brains did not turn to mush any of those times. So is brain rot real? Honestly, the fair answer is yes and no. The foggy, scattered, unsatisfied feeling after a long scroll is real and worth taking seriously. But rot is the wrong word, because rot never heals, and this does. What is really happening is quieter, Your attention is being trained to expect a new reward every few seconds. That is not damage. It is a habit, and a habit, unlike rot, can be retrained. So next time your head feels full of static, remember, you are not broken. You're just practicing the wrong thing.